All right, we are going to get started. I just want to again say welcome. I am Jason Bohl. I'm the interim principal at the middle school. I've been the assistant principal here for about the last 13 years. And in the last 4 months, I've slid over for Mr. Bork, our head principal, who is on medical leave. It is great to see so many of you. I also come to you, I'm also a community member. My family lives in St. Louis Park. My oldest is already here at the middle school. And I also have a 5th grader along with you that will be coming here next year. So I'm excited that I'll be having 2 kids here at the middle school. I also want to be the first to say, welcome to the class of 2029. Is that not scary, parents? We are already talking about the class of 2029, but that is all of you all that are on this call, the year that you all will be graduating high school. So when I knew I had the privilege and honor of speaking to you all, there were kind of 3 things that came to mind about St. Louis Park Middle School that I think, at least for me, are some of the more important things when I think about our school. The one that I want to share is that I love that St. Louis Park Middle School is the first time that all 4 of our elementaries and you all come together, and you will all be together starting in 6th grade all the way through high school. We have 1 middle school and 1 high school in St. Louis Park, but next year as 6th graders, all 4 elementaries come together. And instead of being from Susan Lindgren or Aquila, Peter Hobart, PSI, you guys are all St. Louis Park Middle School students all together. I love that is part of what we are here at the middle school, that you all get to come together. The second thing I want to talk about is just the opportunities that our school has. So many clubs, so many sports. Our musical is happening next weekend, but we're heavy into rehearsals and getting ready for that. But there's just so many opportunities that a school our size can offer that elementary schools might not be able to offer. And I just encourage you to try things, explore things. All of you get to pick for next year what world language class you're going to take. You have to take a music class, but you get to choose what that music class is. And all of you get 1 elective class that you get to decide what that is. So try something, explore something, but just take advantage of everything that we have to offer here. And the very last thing that I just want to talk about, the favorite thing that middle school students talk about compared to elementary, it's also the greatest challenge. But the thing that they talk about liking the most is having 9 or 10 different classes and 9 or 10 different teachers all at the same time. That's the most thing that people like compared to elementary school. But the reverse of that is, that's also the biggest challenge, I believe. Like, how do you keep organized and go from having 1 teacher to having 9 or 10 different teachers? And I encourage all of you to kind of start thinking and talking about that. I just want to share one thing. So my 7th grader a few days ago brought home a piece of paper, and it looked perfect. It looked like it looked like Miss Ross had just gave it to him because I had to sign it. Because I remember in 6th grade, this is usually the papers that would come home in 6th grade for me to sign, would look like this. So the growth and things that happen, but the organization and staying on top of things, it's what you all are going to love the most. And yet at the same time, it's also going to be the biggest challenge. Great to see you all. And I now have the honor and privilege of introducing a friend and also my supervisor, the superintendent of St. Louis Park Schools. Asin Osai is here to join us. So Superintendent Osai.
Thank you. Thank you, Principal Bohl, and welcome to everyone who was able to make time and be with us this evening. It is an absolute honor and privilege to welcome you to our incoming 6th grade information night. And while I would certainly love to be interacting with you in person this evening, I'm excited that we have the opportunity to be together and for you to learn more about the middle school here in St. Louis Park. As a parent of a 3rd grader and an early childhood student, I don't know what it's like yet to transition the student to middle school, but I do remember what it was like as a student transitioning from elementary school to middle school. And for me, it was a time filled with excitement for all of the new opportunities that I would experience. It was also a time of anxiousness as I was leaving my elementary school where I had a lot of positive relationships and felt really comfortable. I would imagine that many of you may be experiencing some of these feelings as well. And I just wanted to assure you that you're going to have a great experience at our middle school here in St. Louis Park. There are going to be many opportunities, some of which Principal Bohl has already described to you, to explore many different subject areas. One of the unique things about St. Louis Park Public Schools is that our middle school offers, and I know Principal Bork would often say this, but the largest number of elective options for students at a middle school in the state of Minnesota. And it's a really unique opportunity for our students here. But there'll be so many electives you can choose from, many activities and programs. And what's great about that is while exploring these different elective options, activities, and programs, you're going to meet new people. You're going to develop new relationships and learn more about who you are as a person and what you're passionate about. We have an absolutely tremendous staff at the middle school that cares deeply about each student and who works hard to create opportunities for students that are engaging and energizing. So I just wanted to thank you again for being here this evening. And it's my hope that your participation in tonight's event will allow you to get your questions answered and to start to get excited about the amazing opportunities that lie ahead for you next year at our middle school. Thank you, and I hope that you all have a wonderful evening. Go Park.
Thank you, Superintendent Osai. And I now have the privilege of introducing a couple of our multicultural liaisons from St. Louis Park School District, Carmen Rudin and Tarabi Jama. Carmen, I'll have you unmute first for a message for our Spanish-speaking families. Carmen, are you there?
Sorry, I didn't have my microphone on.
All good.
Ok. Muy buenas noches a todos. Les quiero agradecer el que estén presentes. En un momento nos vamos a separar a un salón virtual donde habrá una instrucción sobre un video sobre las escuelas en español. Y también vamos a tener oportunidad para preguntas y respuestas. La forma en que ustedes van a este salón virtual es que tienen que dejar la conversación que tenemos ahorita, van a la tecla inferior derecha y dejan la plática que tenemos ahorita y entran al lobby donde iniciamos esta conversación. Buscan en las pestañas del lado inferior izquierdo la parte donde dice preguntas y respuestas en español o Spanish Speaking Questions and Answers. Así que muchas gracias, los esperamos ahí.
Thank you, Carmen. Thank you. And Tarabi, can you please unmute and welcome your families? Tarabi, I think you're still on mute. Tarabi, I see you and I can see that you're not muted and yet we're still not able. Oh, there you go.
I was using this one.
Now we can hear you. Thanks, Tarabi.
Mid wanaagsan waa Tarabi Jaamac St. Louis Public Schools ka shaqeeya. Caawa waxa la isugu yimid waxa weeyaan in xog leeda ka siiyo isbedelka ku dhici doona sanadkan soo socda ama sanadka dambe markay ardayda iskuulka ku soo laabtaan oo afarta ilmaha dhigta saddexda iskuul elementary-ga hadduu aan la ilmaha maartay social English ka imaanaya ama kuwila ka imaanaya ama peer hober ka imaanaya inay u gudbi doonaan middle schoolka oo markii ugu horeysay dhammaan la isku wada keeni doona saddexdaas dugsi ilmaha ka wada socda waxaan ku-xigeenka principalka oo muddo joogay wuxuu noo sheegay in ugu yaraan macallimiintii ay isbedeli doonaan waxaad arki doontaa haddeertaa in hal macallin uu idin dhigo laakiin markaad middle schoolka tagtaan ay iman doonaan ugu yaraan 8 ama 9 macallimiin waxaa kaloo jiri doona in ilmaha ay u baahnaan doonaan wax ay ku tilmaameen transition waxay ku tilmaameen oo isbedelka ilmaha maartay elementary ka baxayaan oo middle school ka aadayaan wax badan iska bedeli doonaan marka caawa taas ayaa la wadaagayay waxaa jiri doona sessionno kale oo si toosa luqadda Soomaali ku baxaya oo aniga iyo qof kale aan maartay dihin doono marka waa mahadsantiin soo dhawaada.
Thank you, Tarabi.
Thank you.
And now we're going to watch a video that we have all prepared for you. Miss Maddie Wegleitner, if you could pull up that video.
Biden Let's get ready to create, engage, and ignite your students' passion for learning as they begin their middle school years. We have an exciting array of course offerings under the umbrella of the International Baccalaureate Middle Years program to challenge students and prepare them to be globally minded citizens. At St. Louis Park Middle School, students have a 7-period day. The example you see here is not necessarily the order of your student's schedule. However, all classes listed are required. You will notice that some classes meet every day, all year long, and some classes will meet every other day all year, as noted by the line down the center under the A Day and B Day heading. Classes that meet every day and are required by all students include math, language and literature, science, and individuals and societies. Advisory is a non-academic class scheduled for all students that meets every day and is designed to build community. Some examples of advisory lessons include team building, career and college readiness, social emotional learning, and organizational and study skills. Advisory classes and lunch are scheduled at staggered times during 4th period. If you take a look at 5th through 7th period, you will notice that there are 2 classes listed for the same period. This means that they will alternate days throughout the school year. Again, the order you see is not the order your student will have. We are just showing an example of what it could look like for your student. At the middle school, Spanish immersion students participate in the Extended Spanish Program, or ESP. For Extended Spanish students, their Spanish language acquisition does meet every day, which means these students will not have a writing class. However, they can choose a writing class as their elective choice. We are excited to offer all 6th grade students a choice for their music options and elective options. Students may take a second class in a subject they are passionate about. For example, doubling up on foreign languages or music. We also offer specialized courses in a variety of areas, including musical theater, recreational sports, reading and writing for native Spanish speakers, and environmental science, just to name a few. Please carefully read the complete registration guide to learn about our many course offerings. As students register for middle school, 6th grade students have a choice between the grade-level language and literature class or advanced language and literature class. If you have questions about which course is right for your student, we invite you to have a conversation with your child's 5th grade teacher. School leaders have created a planning tool to guide you through course selection. The planning tool can be found in the course catalog on page 7. The course catalog can be accessed at the St. Louis Park Middle School website under Parent Resources. Go to www.slpschools.org/ms and select Parent Resources. The planning tool is a visual tool to help you plan the 4 choices you and your student have in the registration process: language and literature, language acquisition, music, and elective. Please note that language acquisition is a 3-year commitment. We advise you to make this decision with great care. We want you to know that all students are required to take a visual arts course one time during their middle school years. Please discuss with your student if they would like this to be their elective next year, or they would like to wait for 7th or 8th grade to take a visual arts course. All 6th grade students may select one elective. Your student will be asked to choose their top 3 choices of elective. Please rank them in order of preference on the planning form and when you register. We ask this of students in case of scheduling conflicts. When it is time to register, your student will receive a Google form to complete the registration process via their school-issued Gmail account. We recognize that you and your student are likely feeling a variety of emotions as you think about middle school. Selecting the courses for your student is one of the first milestones in this transition. We are excited to meet your student and to begin the middle school journey with your entire family. Starting tonight, you can speak directly with school leaders, teachers, and staff to ask questions about course offerings and set the course for your student. And this is just the first step. There will be so many opportunities for you and your student to connect with the middle school leaders, teachers, and staff, as well as other students from across the district. As COVID restrictions hopefully relax, we will also be providing events that begin to assist students in navigating the physical space of our school, including lockers, the bell schedule, lunchroom, and more. Our school motto is to create, engage, and ignite. This registration process is the first step to focus on your students' passion for learning as they begin their middle school years. We are excited to begin working together.
Thank you, Maddie, for running that. I'm going to share some information with everyone now, and don't worry, because you're going to be getting this in an email tomorrow. But I just wanted to briefly share and remind everyone of some of the next steps that are going to be happening. This week, Randy Zutz, next year's 6th grade Dean of Students, will be meeting virtually with every 5th grade class to talk more about class registration. And then on Friday, January 28th, all parents will be getting an email with class registration instructions. And students, all of you, via your school Gmail account, you will be getting an email with the Google form to sign up for all your classes for next school year. And parents and guardians, we want you to be part of this process so that you can make sure that you are approving and supportive of the classes that your child is selecting. The deadline for submitting that Google form is 1 week from when you receive it, Friday, February 4th. I want to thank everyone again for joining tonight. It's now time to move on to the next part of our schedule, which involves the opportunity to visit one of our academic departments, visit with our IB coordinator, Mia Waldera, or our site council parent leadership. There are also question and answer rooms hosted by our front office staff. In order to access these breakout rooms, you will need to leave this Zoom meeting by choosing Leave Meeting in the bottom right corner, then head back to the main welcome lobby on the main page from where you started tonight's meeting. Once you are back in the welcome lobby, along the left-hand side, under the virtual rooms header, you will have a choice to enter either a general question and answer session with school leaders, or you can visit with any of our academic or program department chairs. If you want to enter the general question and answer session, you will notice that we have 2 different virtual rooms for English-speaking families based on the first letter of your last name. When you enter a virtual room for one of our academic departments or programs, you will have the option to watch a short introductory video about that department, or you can click on the Zoom link to meet with that department chair. And finally, you will also notice back in the welcome lobby that there is a link for you to take a post-event survey about your experience tonight, if you choose. Again, it was great to see so many of you. Look forward to getting to know you all, and for sure having you come here next year. And we also hope to see you on our rally night, which is this spring in April. So again, you guys can leave this meeting, head back to the welcome lobby, and then there's some more content for you to choose what you want to do next.
My daughter is special needs.
Thank you.